Hey there guys, my name is Bradrenaline, aka the Alone Snorlax, and today I've got a 6v6 link battle with my boy NiPPs. Holy crap, I was so nervous during this battle. It lasted about 25 minutes and we were taking about 2 minutes per turn in like the first half of the match, and I was just nervous, like really nervous. So my live commentary won't be in this video. I'm going to instead do a post commentary. He did mention bringing an Ultra Beast, so he didn't say which one. Neither of us brought a Z move or a Mega, but this match was pretty interesting. He's using a lot of new Pokemon, and I kind of just threw together a team last second because he tweeted out that he wanted a battle and people to battle, obviously. So I realized, like, as soon as I went online, that I basically picked a bunch of Gen 6 Pokemon and a Vikavolt. So his team again is like, it looks so cool, and then mine is just like Orasou with Vikavolt. So gonna get started and we're gonna run you through the motions. Honestly, this match just turned from, I'm not even gonna spoil it. Let's just get into it. So he leads off with the Araquanid and I lead off with my Sylveon, and we both just kind of think, you know what, we're just gonna swap out, not having any of it today. We want to see what the other person's gonna do. He goes to his Toucannon, and I go to my Vikavolt. And I kind of misplayed here anyway. I went for the X-Scissor, because I thought he was going to switch out. So either way, I was pretty boned. I don't even know why I had X-Scissor. I think I meant to have Bug Buzz, if Vikavolt learns Bug Buzz. But yeah, I forgot that Toucannon also gets Skill Link. So, you know, turn 2 losing a Pokemon's pretty bad. And from this point onwards, for most of the battle, I'm fighting from behind. So he goes for the Beak Blast, but I kind of predicted that and went for the sub, just to scout what he was doing. I am the sub Salak set with Swords Dance and Dual Stab, so he goes for the Beak Blast and it's going to get rid of my sub. But now he has an idea of what I'm doing, and he's going to go for the Bullet Seed, and I go for the Swords Dance. So I'm +2, he Bullet Seeds even, and he's going to knock me pretty low with this one. So he knocks me to 52. I need 46 health to set up a sub and get my Salak Berry. So he goes for the Beak Blast, thinking I'm just going to, you know, go for the YOLO attack. It's like a 50-50 situation, but I substitute, get my Salak Berry for the speed, and then he Beak Blasts. So basically, we're in like a standoff. We're going to 1-for-1 at this point. I'm going to Dragon Claw, he's going to Beak Blast, I'm going to get burnt, and I'm going to go down. So what we see happening is me using the Dragon Claw. Obviously, that kills from +2. Maybe if he was Focus Sash, he'd live that. That would actually be quite interesting. But he burns me, and then I go down as well. So moving on, I think I go, yeah. So I'll be going into my Snorlax. It's kind of the rules that I have a Snorlax on my team. And he goes into his Silver Valley. I honestly wasn't very scared of this thing, but I still swapped. So like I said, I was very nervous. I didn't want to just belly drum straight away, especially because Silver Valley does get access to U-turn. I didn't want to give him the initiative into like a half health Snorlax. So I decided to leave it for now, and he actually, he U-turns out, and I go into my Mandibuzz, and he goes into the Turtonator. So he's got 2 mons that work off of being attacked, which is actually very clever. It's a very good strategy. I test the waters with a Foul Play because I thought he was going to Shell Smash, and I thought that it would do increased damage. But he goes for the, I think it was the Will-O-Wisp. Yeah, so he goes for the Will-O-Wisp, and I just U-turn, because we're kind of stuck. Neither of us really do any damage to each other. This isn't going to go anywhere from this point. And I go into my Sylveon. I hit him pretty hard. I am Choice Specs. I'm pretty sure he resists. No, he resists and is super effective. So it's neutral, to be fair. He goes for the Flamethrower and gets the burn, which is like 10%, but it doesn't matter. I go for the Hyper Beam and I miss, which kind of blows. But he then goes for the Flamethrower just to get some more damage. And at this point, I'm like, he's got to switch. Like, if I Hyper Beam again, this thing's gone. So I'm going to switch back into my Snorlax. And he's like, nah. So he goes for the Flamethrower again, and he gets the burn again. So I think I just had 3 of my Pokemon burned in 3 turns. So from this point, I'm really far behind. And he goes for the Shell Trap, which means that if I attack him, I'm going to take 150 base special attack on top of the stab. Well, stab's added onto that, sorry. So I just belly drum, and then I use my Citrus Berry. And now he's going to Shell Trap again, but he's not going to live this. Like, he's honestly not going to live +6. You can have any bulk you want. I've got Facade, which is 140, with the burn. I know I'm burned, but I'm max, so I'm +3 with 140 base and stab. So that's gonna hurt. So he goes back into his Sylvally thinking, like from before, that I'm scared of this thing. But I'm pretty sure 90% of the time I live a multi-attack stab. So I just go for the facade again, and I get 2 for 1 with my Snorlax. So I'm behind still, but you know, it's not as bad right now. It's not as bad. I'm still behind, but we can do this. I'm thinking if I get the switch into the Guzzlord here, if he switches into Guzzlord on my Alakazam, I'm in such a good position. But that doesn't happen, and I have to switch straight back out because I don't want to risk my Focus Sash. I switch into the Mandibuzz on the Araquanid, and this is where things start to get a little bleak. I won't spoil it right now, but I don't realize it at the moment what I'll be telling you in a few turns time. So I switch out on the Leech Life. It doesn't do too much. I double thinking that he would double, and he just uses Liquidation, and this puts me down to my Sash. So this was a very key moment. Again, there's a lot of moments where I lost a lot of chances to win this game, so I basically had to just do some damage with Psychic and hope that my Brave Bird from my Mandibuzz can finish off Aristotle in the late game, which is what we're transitioning to in these next few turns. So this Araquanid is just very bulky. It gets a lot of health back from Leech Life, and Liquidation does a lot of damage too. So obviously for now he's fearing the Brave Bird, and he's going to switch into his Guzzlord. He obviously knows that Mandibuzz isn't going to do a thing to this thing. Guzzlord is like the new Snorlax. I'm not saying it's better than Snorlax, but it's very bulky. It has a lot of options for movesets, and we find out in a second. I go for the Roost just to scout him. Like, I wasn't trying to stall him out. I just wanted to know what he was doing. He went for the Stockpile, and I just thought, I'm going to stay in for one more turn. By that I mean I'm going to U-turn, because I want to scout what he's doing just to, like, if he attacks, he knows that I have to go into my Sylveon, like, straight away pretty much. So I go into my Sylveon. He's +2, but remember that I have Hyper Beam, and yeah, he tweeted me after when I tweeted him, saying that he thought he'd outspeed with his Guzzlord, but I'm not even running any speed, I don't think. So I use a Hyper Beam, and I OHKO him. It's 4 times effective, Choice Specs, Pixelate. So even at +2 special defense, I was still able to knock him out. And then he goes into his Araquanid, and from here I'm stuck in with Hyper Beam. Obviously you have to recharge the turn after. After Gen 1, you can't not have the recharge penalty. So yeah, I'm down to my last mon, my Mandibuzz, and at this very point, I realised that I don't have Brave Bird. So even though I'm burned, I would still be able to take this thing on. And then his last mon is Oranguru, which, unless it has a Fairy type move, which I'm pretty sure it doesn't get, I'm pretty sure I wall the Oranguru. So I'd need to know what set he was running, but I'm pretty sure if I had Brave Bird, I could have turned this around. So I'm not upset, but you know, I'm very, I think it's unfortunate. It's an error on my part. I was like rushing to get a team together. So I tweeted him, and then I basically just spammed foul play just to get the game finished, because I can't come back from that without Brave Bird. It's very unfortunate, but it was a very awesome battle. Probably my favourite battle in this gen so far. It was just so, I can't even put it into words. Thank you very much, Nips, for battling me, if you do end up watching this, because I can't put into words how much I appreciate that battle. That was amazing. So yeah, thank you again for battling me, and thank you everyone for watching, of course. I'm still really nervous, so I'm trying my best to keep myself, and yeah, that is going to be all we have time for in this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and maybe I'll see you again soon.